This is Michael. And this is Sarah. They own a hardware store. They live in North Carolina with their 2 children. They love North Carolina. They love the weather, the communities, and don't forget the food. Michael and Sarah's business took a hit during the recent recession. They knew that this was part of running a business, the highs and the lows. What they didn't know is that North Carolina's outdated tax code exposes businesses and families like theirs to big risks during recessions. That's where the North Carolina Association of CPAs comes in. We are an independent, nonpartisan organization. We're known by the families and businesses we serve as financial translators. So we're working to educate our clients and the people of North Carolina about the issue of tax reform and why we need it here in North Carolina. Here's how we explain the situation to folks like Michael and Sarah. North Carolina's current tax code was designed during the Roosevelt era. Things were different then. At that time, North Carolina had a production economy based around manufacturing and agriculture. Since then, our economy has changed, but our tax code remains the same. The tax code is highly dependent on personal and corporate income tax, which is a very volatile source of revenue. In fact, the tax code is making it harder for our state to compete with neighboring states for jobs. Our top personal income tax rate is highest in the Southeast, while our household median income is second to last. And our corporate tax rate? It's also the highest. All this means that when out-of-state businesses are deciding where to move, they're a little less likely to choose North Carolina, and that in-state businesses are less likely to expand. North Carolina's volatile revenue stream has forced our state to impose sudden tax hikes and spending cuts multiple times in recent years. That's why people from across the political spectrum are all saying that North Carolina needs tax reform and needs it now. However, there is little agreement on which plan of action to take. So what do North Carolina CPAs think tax reform should look like? While we don't support any specific piece of legislation, we believe there are 3 key principles that should guide our tax reform efforts. First is reliability. North Carolina needs a stable, predictable revenue stream to help us avoid unplanned tax hikes and cuts to critical services. Second is transparency. Taxpayers have a right to know about the taxes they pay, how much, to whom, and for what. Third is fairness. A just and equitable system, as difficult as it is to achieve, should always be the goal. So what's next for Michael and Sarah? If the tax code remains the same, their business may be in danger during future recessions because of the impact of sudden tax hikes and spending cuts on their family, their business, and their customers. Of course, we can't avoid future downturns in the economy. However, if North Carolina's lawmakers take a serious approach to tax code reform, Michael and Sarah, and our whole state, will be in a better position to weather the next recession. We cannot afford to wait until the next economic downturn. We must act now to modernize North Carolina's tax code. Want to get involved? Visit TarHeelTaxReform.com and sign our petition to Governor McCrory and our state's leaders to take action on tax reform now.